Hello everyone, Melva here and we are playing Blackguards. I guess this title isn't too well known. It's made by Daedalic Entertainment, who are a German company, and it's playing in the Dark Eye universe. This might be a little bit more known to some of you. This is a pen and paper role-playing game, also of German descent, and I believe it's still one of the more popular ones. Although I'm not really sure about the exposure outside of German-speaking countries. It's not as popular as Dungeons and Dragons, of course, but I think it's among the more common pen and papers for sure. So, what can you expect? This is a tactical role-playing game. It is turn-based. I can't really tell you when it was published, but it was a mediocre success, I think. It was successful enough to warrant a successor, so there's Blackguards 2 available, which was generally perceived as a bit better, a bit more fleshed out combat system-wise. Of course, it orients itself on the rules of the Dark Eye, the pen and paper. It's a bit on the lighter side, I think, so it won't have every skill that is used in the pen and paper game. But still, I think it's quite alright. Daedalic seems to have a thing for this universe, since they also made a point-and-click adventure called The Chains of... yeah, some name with S, I'm not quite sure right now. Anyhow, let's see. I've started this game some time ago. It must be, yeah, more than a year now, I think. But, oh well, didn't complete it, and I've tried to get back into it, but to no avail, unfortunately, so... It is relatively difficult, I'd say, combat-wise. And I don't think I've built my characters in a very good way. So, I don't know, I just can't pass this fight that I have to do there. And maybe a little less known game isn't a very bad thing to put on YouTube as a playthrough, right? So, let's start right away with the character creation. Basic mode or expert mode. Attention, if this is your first go at Blackguards and or you're unfamiliar with the rules of the Dark Eye, we recommend the basic mode. Basic mode, all stats of your chosen class will be distributed automatically and you can start the game right away. Why would I do that? No thanks. Alright. So, first question, do we want to be a spellcaster? Mages are masters in the use of arcane powers. With their magic they can guard their friends against an evil fate and be the bane of their enemies. But woe on them once their powers are used up. Yeah, it has a basic mana system. It's called astral points in the Dark Eye. But it just works rather intuitively. I don't think so. I don't think so. Actually, I like to play the main characters either as a rogue character or tanky. Those are basically the stereotypes I enjoy quite a bit. I have not made very good experiences with going dual wield and daggers and swords in my first playthrough, so I believe I will just play it a little more tanky this time. Let's go for the gender. Male, female. We always have 5 guys to choose, so let's see if we like something. No. Maybe. Can't go wrong with blonde, long hair and a beard, right? Face looks alright too. I guess he looks a bit more rogue-like, but sure. Not really. That's like too much when the beard is covering up the cheekbones so much. No. And see-through ears, no. No, thank you. Alright. How about the females? This one looks nice. Except for her hairband, I don't like that at all, unfortunately. Other than that, she looks pretty good, actually. Bit girlish, maybe, for a warrior. Oh boy, this portrait looks awful. Very flat face and nose, and strange chin. Can we see that in... Let's call her Ygritte. Oh, that's even worse. Two braids are already questionable in taste for my taste. But no, that face is just a no-go. Yeah. And we have this. Again, hole through her ears. Clearly no brain, we can't play that. Very much volume in her hair. To the extreme. Looks alright. She looks nice, or him, or him. Yeah. You know what, let's go with this style. Just call him like myself in this case. We do not want to be a spellcaster. Alright, so what is interesting? Attributes. There are quite a lot of them. I think they are explained a bit in the coming menu. Values, vitality, attack, parry, dodge, range combat, initiative, resistance to magic, astral energy, which we do not have since we are not a spellcaster, and speed. Alright. Adventure points. Spend your adventure points on attributes, skills, or spells. Attributes can be increased to 14, skills and spells up to a value of 8. Attention, when starting the game, any adventure points left unspent will be lost. Okay, so adventure points are experience points for all comparisons. The thing is, you don't accumulate experience points and get a level up and spend points, but you pay them directly for your skills, right? So the thing is, we can use these adventure points for everything. So for our stats, for weapon talents, for different talents of all sorts, for spells if we are a caster, and for special abilities, which are talent trees basically. So yeah, that's a lot to choose from. And that's why you can't simply just go into the game and blindly build something, because it will really bite your ass in the long run. Which happened to me on my first playthrough. But still, I wouldn't play basic mode where level ups are allocated automatically. That's, I don't know, goes against my gamer's honor, and somehow I like to have control over things even if I make the wrong choices. So let's see what is important. Oh yeah, should we read some of those? I guess, right? Since we have a whole video about the character creation, we just can go all in. Courage, bravery and determination in critical situations. Strong willpower and resistance to magic. Courage affects initiative. base attack value, magic resistance, and astral energy. Yeah, that's pretty cool because you see at the base value tab which attributes are affected. So that's useful, I'd say. Cleverness includes intelligence and logical thinking, knowledge learned, and a good memory. Used for lore talents and a large number of spells. Alright, I believe some talents, once you learn and increase them, have certain well, how you say it? Requisites, right? They require certain values to be able to learn them, and this goes for special abilities especially. Like you see with these triple shot, requires 15 dexterity, 14 agility, 9 initiative, and ranged weapons at 14. Alright. Intuition, ability to make decisions quickly and without long consideration. Empathy and good sensory perception. Alright. Eloquence, leadership qualities, and vibrancy, as well as magical aura. Should be good for the main character, of course. Brings advantages in dialogues. Oh, that's right. Possibly. But it doesn't help us in combat, so we should be a bit careful about that. Dexterity describes hand-eye coordination. Agility includes physical mobility, body awareness, quick reaction, and reflexes. Constitution is a measure of physical toughness and resistance. Yeah, that's sure. Strength is a hero's muscle power. It affects vitality and all base combat values. Increases the damage done. Yeah, that's pretty good. Vitality, a hero's health. Astral energy, magic power, we don't have that. Resistance to magic, well, self. Explained itself. Alright. So, with this guy, we want to play tanky, right? So, the thing is, I played a lot of swords the last time, and I made one spare character. And there were some fights where it was real huge problem for me, because there are enemies who have very strong resistances against slash damage and well, piercing or whatever spares are. Pointy damage at least. Anyway, so I think there are some very good swords and at least one good spare in the game, but trouble is there are every now and then you meet really tough enemies who are highly resistant against damage like that. So I think if you use lots of axes and maces, we are way better off. Might be okay if we have one character uses a bit of those, but I tend to go all out with that now. So we increase that quite a bit. If you don't have high combat skills in the weapons you use, you tend to miss a lot in this game. So yeah. Oh right, cannot increase it to higher than 8 right now. It's very important that we hit our enemies. So, okay. We go all out on axes and maces for now. Still lots of AP left. Talents. Body control increases the chance to resist knockdowns and negative environmental effects. That's pretty important. These things can really kill you, so I'd go to put it on 8 at least, I think. Willpower. Oh yeah. You can ignore wound modifiers. Reduce the duration of level 1 enchantments. That's also pretty useful. After critical hits, you always get a wound, and wounds are basically decreasing all or almost all of your attributes and values. So we have to deal with them, but especially melee characters are well advised if they have a high willpower, so you do not have to suffer too much from those wounds. They can really become annoying, especially in longer dungeons. Okay. So, what else is there? Streetwise, speed for battles in urban areas. I think it's always a good choice to learn this for 40 AP. Because when you do streetwise and survival, you have +1 speed in all situations, right? Prices go down, that's not as important. And you have to skill it to level 13 to get +2 speed. So I believe every character, if possible, should have this at level 0 at least. And the thing is, if you don't do it on character creation, you are forced to visit trainers in the world. And some of them are, well, just appearing pretty late in the game. So it's really a good choice to do it early. Warcraft. With vitality and astral points of inexperienced human enemies are displayed, as well as the hit chance. Yeah. This is good for all fighters, of course, especially because it decreases parry and dodge of humanoid enemies. Animal lore is parry and dodge of animals. Yeah, well, it's pretty similar, huh? Not quite sure. Level 1 should be fine. Yeah, perception, sure. But I think I want to use another character for that. Let's see, if we have points to spend later on, then we will just skill some of these. Special abilities. Okay, so... yeah. This looks like... forfeits the parry. That's kinda... an anti-synergy for us, isn't it? Because the... let's see. Yeah. Right, we can buy our stuff. This gives us parry, right? Rating. Parry -2. Okay, X's aren't too great to parry either. So maybe we should play him as a two-handed warrior as well? No, let's just go for it. Yeah, this hammer blow, I think, is the strongest melee attack in the game. So I want to have this on all my melee characters, for sure. The same goes for the triple shot for archers, especially with poison arrows, because every shot applies the poison, and you shoot 3 times instead of 1. It's pretty insane. Yeah, these are basically the things that do damage. Our magic users will be more about buffing the team, maybe debuffing the enemies and healing. And those guys here are bringing the pain. Yeah. Let's see. We need courage, constitution and strength. This needs strength 12 as a minimum, so of course we'll increase our strength, and there we go. This is getting more expensive. Alright, and as you see, there are columns which are increasing, and once the columns reach the end, you get the benefit, the upgrade of the base value. See? Okay. So let's keep it at 12 for now. What else did we need? Constitution and courage. Okay. So we'll get constitution to 10. Courage. Yeah, sure. Should boost them all to 12. This to 14, which is not. Oh, not yet the maximum. Okay. Agility is good for speed too. Oh yeah. So put it on 9 for now. Okay. So power blow increases the damage done, minus attack, which is hit, chance to hit, plus 5 damage. We learn that. Yeah. Okay. Shield fighting. Yeah. Dodge is pretty important too. I like to give it all my characters. Vigilance, intuition, where's dodge? Armor use, shield fighting, attack of opportunity. Yeah, that's also good. Especially for melee characters, because you get a free attack. There's dodge. Agility 10, yeah. So, let's push that one more. We use shield fighting. We receive an attack bonus of 1 as long as the shield is equipped. Yeah. Dodge 1, of course. This needs agility 12. Dual wielding, we don't want to do that. Target shot is not good. Feint. It's not for our weapons. Target step, death blow. So no. Armor use, yeah. Vigilance. Okay. So the enemy also has attacks of opportunity. So you can't simply leave melee combat without getting hit. Not sure about armor use yet. I think I don't want to wear armor that's too heavy. But level 1 should be fine. Oh yeah, I can't learn this yet because yeah, this needs a trainer later on. What about this? Defensive stance? No. I mean, that's very defensive. For an additional parry? It can be useful, but I have no way to force the enemy to attack my tank, so I don't know. Okay. Well, this I could learn, huh? I think we'll just go up with the base values a bit. I go to 10 charisma. Ah, I cannot. Right. Thought I read that correctly. So, courage. Got 8, that's all I can do at this point. Talents, yeah. Level 1 traps. Hidden objects at level 1 traps. Nah. Treat wounds, yeah, sure. Animal lore. Warcraft. Can't do that yet. It's too bad. Well, I basically can go all out on these things here. Since I have to spend everything right now. 340. Dexterity is ranged combat, that's bullshit. No. Just magic resistance? No, thank you. Give him 1 point on this. Should I be forced to use those? Yeah, okay. Let's go to 8 Warcraft. Or... I mean... I'd rather have these on 1 than this one skill on this 1 point on Warcraft, really. Okay, so what do we have? We have 14 Courage, 14 Constitution, 14 Strength, which are the main attributes for every warrior character. We also have 14 Agility, which is a lot, but useful to get dodge later on. And it increases our important stats like attack and dodge as a basic value and speed, so I think we are not wrong doing that. Yeah, those are the most important talents. Body control and willpower for melee, so we have these as high as we can. We got streetwise and survival to get a speed bonus in all environments for this character, which is good. Warcraft is good to decrease parry and dodge of humanoid enemies, so it's not wrong to skill that. Special abilities, we are working down to get the hammer blow. For that we need 2 more courage, 2 more strength and the skill above, which we cannot learn yet. We have armor use 1, because we don't want to go on all out on armor, because you get encumbrance, or however the stat is called, which decreases your chance to hit, which decreases your dodge. So yeah, all in all, if you can't balance it with armor use, then you probably shouldn't wear the armor. Shield fighting is good because we have an increased chance to hit. And yeah, we'll later learn dodge 2, maybe dodge 3. Not really sure, but dodge 2 is reasonable for every character, really. And maybe vigilance. No, maybe not. Wait. Alright, this one maybe. Attack of opportunity. That's useful. Okay. So much for our character creation. Now, the equipment. I believe we can choose freely out of these items. So, as you can see, there is different values. Metallic means you cannot cast when wearing them, because casters can't wear metal. Or maybe they can, but they get really, really bad. Well... worse values, at least. You really get punished, and a strong debuff that is making spellcasting a lot harder. Yeah. As you can see, there are lots of different damage. Ordinary damage, whatever that is, bashing from clubs and I believe axes too. Slashing is swords, piercing is spears, arrows, etc. Infantry damage, yeah, that's a strange one actually. I think there are not many armors that have a high defense against infantry, which means that weapons that do infantry damage are pretty good in this game, as far as I understand it. Then we have armor rating. Dollars armor rating of 0. I'm not quite sure what to make of it. And encumbrance. Yeah. That's not very good. We don't want that, if possible. If you wear a whole set, you get a bonus of some sort. It's usually reduced encumbrance, maybe something else. I believe this metallic armor is the only one that's a bit heavier that we can buy right now. Coming to weapons. I think a battle axe is quite good. It does 1d6 plus 4. And for those less familiar with dice rolling games, it also has the 5 to 10. Here. Attack -1, that means we can hit a little bit worse than we should, just skill wise. Parry -2, which makes sense, you can't parry with an axe, at least not as good as with a sword, but that's why we have a shield. It's a bit heavy, so we lose some initiative, which is important for the turn order later on. And it has maneuvers power blow. Alright. It weighs something, and it's a dwarven battle axe. Do we have something more interesting here? We could have a mace, of course. Now, it also does 5 to 10 bashing damage, and as we see by the blue letters, it has a bit better parry than the axe, but it has a worse initiative. Maneuvers power blow, it weighs the same. Might be good to take the mace, right? And we have the cudgel. It has a bit better attack, worse damage, worse parry, better initiative. No, thank you. Alright. Yeah, I believe we'll take this. So, armor. What are those? Hardened leather boots? Leather coat. It has protection against ordinary, slashing, piercing, and a bit of fire. Brigandine has a way better protection, of course, but it has encumbrance too. So let's say we wear the Brigandine together with the chassis for the legs. Gambeson? No. Brigandine boots here. Armor set incomplete. Where's the helmet? Leather helmet? Morion, there we are. Looks a bit like a Spanish conquistador helmet. Alright, what's the bonus? I don't know. What I find a bit... Oh yeah, we surely want a belt, so we have slots for... Oh, we could take this, of course. Leather. Nah. At least this one should be a bit armored. I don't know. And we can still change our items later on. Where was I going? Yeah. So, I think it's good to buy 2 healing potions. That's poison that reduces stats. We have stuff to throw, we have traps to set. Bandages are useful, of course. Maybe one bandage, one healing potion. Should be good. Okay. I believe that's that for our character creation. We did not manually increase vitality. The first points are really cheap, so we can do it later on. But I don't think it's that important. It's really important to be able to deal some damage. And with some damage, I mean lots of damage. Alright. Let's see.